What's up, Disney dudes and dudettes? In this video, we'll be talking about 5 things you didn't know about Disney's new Fantasyland coming up.
I'm gonna do what I do, put it all together, ain't nothing better, I'm gonna do.
Back in 2009 at a D23 Expo, the Walt Disney Company finally confirmed a long rumor that they were going to be redoing Old Fantasyland with a new concept called New Fantasyland. This expansion was going to have a ton of guest experiences and immerse guests in the stories they know and love. One of the areas featured in the land would have been Cinderella's chateau, where guests would be able to spend the day with Cinderella. There was actually going to be a show on the inside of the chateau with Fairy Godmother and Cinderella recreating the iconic dress transformation scene right before your eyes. There was even going to be a ballroom dancing session with Cinderella to help her prepare for the ball. Another cool interactive guest experience would have transported guests into the world of Sleeping Beauty. You would actually arrive at the woodcutter's cottage and be greeted by the 3 good fairies who are trying to help plan Princess Aurora's surprise 16th birthday. Guests would be able to help the 3 good fairies plan the ultimate 16th birthday party by creating arts and crafts, specifically that of birthday cards to give to Princess Aurora. And just like in the film, you and the 3 good fairies would yell surprise as Princess Aurora is greeted by all the guests. And then after being surprised, Princess Aurora would be able to read the birthday cards of each of the guests. It was really a great experience that I really wish they kept, but unfortunately, due to a lot of complaints about it being too princessy, this was later on scrapped. Another early concept for the land would have included none other than Pixie Hollow. Guests would be transported into the world of Pixie Hollow with larger-than-life props. They would literally feel like they're shrunk down to the size of a pixie, and be able to meet and greet with Tinkerbell and her friends. Similar to the Pixie Hollow at Disneyland, but this would be a larger-than-life experience with more props, and not to mention the Pixie Hollow tree. But unfortunately, due to complaints as well of this being too princessy, this was let go as well. In the early stages of development, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid would have been completely different than what we see in the final version. The original design was created by none other than Imagineer Tony Baxter. This unbuilt version of The Little Mermaid would use a ride system similar to that of Peter Pan's Flight in order to allow guests to dive in and out of the water. Instead of following the backstory of The Little Mermaid chronologically, Tony Baxter's Little Mermaid version had different scenes from the movie that were the best parts. In Tony Baxter's version of The Little Mermaid, guests would actually begin their journey by passing a bunch of shipwrecks right before arriving to Ariel. And then Ariel says, "Someday I'll be part of that world." After passing by Eric's boat, Sebastian tells Ariel that life is better under the sea. And at this point in the attraction, the vehicles would actually dive under the water, where they would actually witness Sebastian and his friends performing the song Under the Sea. Guests would then pass by Ursula's 2 minion eels right before entering Ursula's lair. And just like in the movie, guests would witness the moment that Ursula made the deal with Ariel and gives up her voice. There was even another scene showing Ursula's eels planning something. And then after that, you would actually emerge out of the water. Guests would literally be able to experience the moment where Ursula is fighting both Eric and Ariel, and actually would be able to witness the moment that Ursula is defeated. And after the scene when Ursula is defeated, guests would then enter the next scene where Scuttle and Flounder and Sebastian are recreating the iconic moment, Kiss the Girl. Your journey would come to an end at the scene where Ariel and Eric are now married, waving goodbye to all their friends and you as you exit the ride. Unfortunately, due to concerns that the ride would be too scary and dark for younger guests, the idea was ultimately scrapped, and the ride system that would be used for Peter Pan's Flight was replaced by the Omnimover system that's used for Haunted Mansion. Another fun fact about the Little Mermaid ride is that it was once home to another underwater attraction. The spot where the Little Mermaid ride resides today was once home to none other than the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride. Not many people know this, but the day that the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride closed, they actually bottled up some of the water. What's really cool is that they literally kept this water for years, and at the grand opening of the Little Mermaid ride, the cast members and the guests poured the water from the previous 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride into the water of the Little Mermaid ride. It's such a great way to honor a previous attraction that was an opening day attraction at Disney World. I think it's just a really cool fun fact. When Disney announced that they were closing Snow White's Scary Adventure for good, many people wondered what was going to happen to the props. Well, needless to say, Disney found use of them in the new Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Guests can spot the same creepy ravens from Snow White's Scary Adventure as your ride is going up the hill. Like seriously, they're like super creepy. Seriously. Also, the end scene of the cottage where the 7 dwarfs are dancing with Snow White, those animatronics are repurposed from Snow White's Scary Adventure as well. What I really like about this fact is that Snow White's Scary Adventure was actually an opening day attraction at Disney World, so it's just really cool that the animators took something old and made it new. Another cool fun fact that not many people know of, if you look closely at the pavement leading into Storybook Circus, which was previously the location of Mickey's Toontown Fair, you'll see peanuts in the street. Yep, you heard that right. It's actually a reference to Dumbo, since elephants eat peanuts. It's just a really cool reference to Dumbo, and I think it's just a really cool detail that's often overlooked. And did you know that there was actually a dragon that once flew over New Fantasyland and Magic Kingdom? Believe it or not, to commemorate the opening of New Fantasyland, there was literally an automatronic dragon that literally was flying through the air, shooting fire out of its mouth. For some guests, this was actually kind of crazy and kind of creepy and kind of cool at the same time. Like literally, why doesn't Disney do this all the time? Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if there's any fun facts that you know about New Fantasyland, I would love to know. Leave a comment down below and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified every Thursday when we have a new video. And as always,